hitter as usual and cut straight to the chase. Today we will be talk, or let's say I will be speaking in regards to videos I've saw online where people have proclaimed that they have died for a couple of hours or a couple of minutes, and within this time frame, allegedly they have visited the kingdom of heaven, or i.e., hell. Now, I like to just say that I think that you are full of like shit. Just keep it like quite frank. You're full of shit. You ain't visit heaven and you haven't visited hell. Just coming up with some kind of bogus stories just to get some attention, girl. As many as the people have died on the earth, why is it that why were you picked to die and then visit heaven or visit hell? Like, what made you so important that you were the individual that was instructed to go through this particular task? So, you mean to tell me that you died, you went to heaven, you walked around with Jesus and God Himself in spirit form, and you got a chance to see all of the disciples. You sat down and had lunch with Paul, and you had discussions with Moses and Peter and Paul. All of the things all of those people you've walked up and down the um golden streets and the hedges and highways of heaven, and you've met all of the archangels and things. So, I mean, no, I don't think that you've visited that and done that. And I mean, and if you did, you should have asked God Himself, or you should have asked Jesus, hey, being that I'm experiencing this, can I have some kind of sign or miracle or wonder to perform for the people? Or when I tell them this particular story, is there, I need to be able to show them other than them having to believe, because we have to believe enough as is. So why are we listening to your story and we're believing, or you have masses believing that you've actually you visited these places? Because you haven't. Oh, you visit hell. You sat down and went, you sat down with Satan himself, and you watched how he construct evil, or y'all went out and partied and the gasoline highways of hell. You're full of shit. I mean, you're just point blank and period. Because again, you know, why were you ordained to be the visitor? I mean, there's people in my family that has passed away and they haven't came back, and I mean, maybe it wasn't their assignment. But I'm sure if they could, come back and they could tell, what happened, they would. Like, nobody's dying and then come back to life and being and saying that they saw heaven and hell. Y'all are full of shit. And you know that you're full of shit. And anybody who believes this, I mean, it's your business. You have the right to believe what you want to believe, but I'm not believing that. I'm not believing, that's just like people say, "Oh, there's aliens, in the sky." And when I see an alien with my own two eyes, well, let's just say the only way that I believe an alien come in front of me and tap me on the nose and say, "Yeah, we're here. Here I is." Run and tell that, you know. That's the same thing. If I were to pass away for a couple of moments and I actually, get a glimpse of heaven or hell, I would want one of those entities or powers from that type of source to allow something to fall upon me, so that when I do come back to life, or I am brung to, and I began to tell the story, and I know that there may be questions or doubts about the truthiness of thereof. There's a miracle to be performed. There is something that I could say that will throw everyone into a trance. Just something to be okay. Well, yeah, girl, that person actually really went. I see signs and wonders. Y'all are wanting people to believe, you know, this just on the simple facts of believing it. Like what? I'm not believing that. Again, that's you're full of shit. If you ask me, that's absolutely nuts, and nuts it is. I mean, it just is. And I mean, I've seen several stories on line in regards to that. I just don't get it. I mean, people come up with some of the wildest things to get online to say. And then the crazy part of it is you have a lot of people who actually, believe it. Hey, I'm not telling you not to believe it. I'm just saying, like, for me, that's a little far fetched. I mean, I haven't experienced that, and maybe it wasn't my place to experience it, but just listening to those stories in its entirety, it just seems crazy. Because, I mean, again, why were you appointed the person to die for an hour, come back to life, and within that hour time frame, you got a chance to visit heaven? No, you're foolish. You're a fool and you're a heathen. All of the things of the things of the things of the things of things of things of things. Yes, it's like that's absolutely nuts. And for you to get online or people to even get online and just splur out those types of things, it's just like what? Y'all need to really stop playing with with the Lord, with God, your higher power. That's a man that you don't or you're not supposed to play with, pretend or have these fantasies about. That's crazy. I was always taught, you can't serve two masters. It's either you here or you there. Y'all get online with all that foolishness. Yeah, I've been there. We had supper and drank wine and we watched, Jesus perform miracles and signs and wonders in heaven. And everybody was up here singing. And you allegedly saw your mother, father, sister, brother, auntie, all of the people that you knew here, or you seen them up there in heaven. Quit lying. And I'm gonna be honest. I believe when you die and you go to heaven, or if you even make it there, that you're not going to know your mom and fathers, and you're not going to know your family members, because being I say that, what good would that be? You're in heaven, and um I'll just use myself as an example. you know if all is well and well is all, I make it to the kingdom of heaven, and my mom and my brother is there. God forbid we've been deceased, or whichever the however it may go, that we have, let's just say, I've been dead for a while, and my brother then dies. He gets to heaven, and I see him. The first thing we just say, hey now, hugging each other, jumping up and down, and just carrying on, because yeah, that don't even seem right there. And again, when you me knowing your family members or friends and family, that means that allows you to click up and to clicks. You see your home, because I know if I see my home girl up there in heaven, babe, I'm gonna be, girl, what's the tea? What's been going on up here, boo? Girl, what's going on, girl? Give me the tea, honey. Girl, what that group over there about? That leaves room for, you know, unrighteousness things to happen. And we all know that, or we're supposed to know that that place isn't going to be carrying on in that type of ordeal. So, yeah, the whole when I see my mother, father, sister, brother, cat, dog, and all of the things, we're just gonna have a good time. No, you're most likely not even gonna know who they are. You won't even recognize them, because for one, you most likely be in a spirit form. You definitely won't be in flesh. But anyway, yeah, that's my take on that. My little rant and rave. That's just been wearing me thin, you know, seeing people get online and talk about stuff like that, because that's just, again, not so true. And I'm gonna say that I don't believe it. Now again, that's my opinion is like an asshole. I'm just gonna say it. Everyone has an asshole, just like everyone has an opinion. Mm, I don't think that, for all the ones that's out there saying, hey, I went to heaven or hell, I visited, and, these are the things that I saw. It didn't happen. The Lord Himself is not going to allow you to reveal that type of information. And if so, this is not the time that it's going to happen. It's going to be a plethora of things that are going to happen most likely before something like that occurs. There's going to be lots of warnings before that type of ordeal is going to happen. So quit getting online with all that foolishness, because I'm the one that will let you have it, especially if it needs to be let have. But anyway, um, if you guys have any concerns or comments you'd like to make on that, just drop them below there. I'll be reading those and responding back to them as well. And if you like this video, please comment, like, and subscribe. Um, until next time, bye. Have a good evening.